contemplate the best method for tracking down Torvasard, there are two other tasks we must accomplish, Proxy. One concerns updating the records of Apocrypha. The other requires us to return to Necrom and rectify the original anomaly of fate. Scruut can provide more information, as it is a vital part of her job. After repairing a thread of fate, she must record the final details in the Chronicle of Apocrypha. Having your name inscribed therein is a great honor. Necrom, one of the first threads of fate we investigated to uncover the identity of Apocrypha's enemies, and it is the only one we did not resolve. We must accompany Gadayn back there so he can return the Fulcrum Obscura. But first, talk to Scruut. Scruut can tell you all about the process for inscribing her records in the Chronicle of Apocrypha. You should talk with her. Meanwhile, I shall discuss arrangements for returning to Necrom with Curate Gadayn. As have you and I, Proxy. That is only natural when allies face unimaginable danger at each other's side. Beyond that, I would prefer if we did not mention this again.
Did I hear Leramil correctly? We can soon return to Necrom? That would be splendid. I can't wait to put the Fulcrum Obscura back in its proper resting place in the necropolis. Still, if we're almost finished, I might not see Leramil again. Well, now that you mention it, do we really need to talk about this? I don't think we should talk about this. Aren't you supposed to be talking to Scruut right now?
Apocrypha may require more paperwork than all the great houses of Morrowind combined. Talk to Scruut and find out what's involved in updating this Chronicle of Apocrypha. It sounds either very important or exceedingly boring.
My role has always been to observe and repair the lines of fate, never to unduly influence them, no matter how sorely I'm tempted. So while I was waiting, it was just a nervous habit that I haphazardly started checking the nearby lines of fate. The Chronicle can wait. This is more important. Why else would I have even mentioned anything mortal? It's like no one ever listens to a word I say. Anyway, I noticed an anomalous thread not far from here, at the prismatic Irish shore. A fate anomaly. The sacred task appointed to me. My job is to spot and correct them. It's really important, but you don't care. I think it's the stolen glyphic. Removing it from the mythos triggered the irregularity. Luckily, I happened to spot it. Not us, mortal. Just you. And Melon, I suppose. Only Fate's Chosen can resolve this, and that's still you. The prismatic Irish shore's north of here. Meet us in Cypher's Hall after you deal with Torvasard. Then we can update the Chronicle. Apocrypha is quite resilient, and since the burning sensation in my tentacles and the pain behind my orbs have mostly faded, I'd say yes. Besides, I can hear the melodious hum of the Great Eye resonating all around me, so that's a good sign. The usual. Various denizens of Apocrypha, the stray hidden kindred or dream carver loitering about. But you might need Melm's ghost sight to follow the trail of the glyphic. I barely noticed it, so it must still be in Torvasard's possession.
Can I get you anything, Leramil?
No, thank you, Gadayn. I am mostly recovered from our ordeal. I wish I could go with you on this, but Scruut is correct. This is a task for Fate's Chosen, and Fate's Chosen alone. Go, but know that I have faith in you. You can recover the glyphic and preserve reality. It is what destiny demands.
I'm both relieved and a bit disappointed that we can't accompany you, my friend. I'll stay with Leramil and Scruut until you return. I'd pray that the ancestors walk beside you, but now that I think about it, you have Meln, so they already do.
Once again, everyone takes Meln the Mouthless for granted. They all just assume I'm going to agree to go with you on another quest to stop Torvasard. Sure, I don't really have much of a choice in the matter, seeing as you have my gem, but still! Scruut's penchant for noticing anomalies of fate is impressive. But this up that path to the left. I think that's where the anomaly is. No matter what we encounter, remember you literally have a Telvanni Magister in your pocket. I sense something amiss. Use my ghost sight to look around. This bridge wasn't here a moment ago. I suggest we cross it. Look!
Show me.
It doesn't matter what you foresee.
Reality, you must all forget.
And there it is. Another piece of my memory restored. We should speak, mortal. The Prince of Fate thinks himself so perfect, but for all his power, he couldn't eliminate the memory he so desperately sought to hide. Not from my dreams, not from his own mind. And now I remember most of it. Only one secret remains to uncover. Why would you? You are merely mortal. But I have wandered the plains of oblivion for eons, an outcast with no clan. I believed I was formed that way, a forgotten scrap of creation, until the dream began to haunt me, a fragment of an ancient memory. No. The dream that will end it, that will finally restore all that was lost. Hermaeus Mora caused all this with his greed and selfishness. He made us all forget. He made me forget. There was another Daedric prince, my prince. A prince that saved me and preserved just enough of my memory so that I could one day save them in return. A prince whose jealous, craven siblings cast them down and wiped them from the annals of history. No Prince of Oblivion can truly be destroyed. The final glyphic contains that secret, how to find them and restore them to their rightful place. And then Mora will answer for his crimes. See for yourself. I leave the glyphic for you to examine.
It doesn't matter what you foresee. You can't do this to another prince. Or to the rest of us, for that matter.
You have seen the damage Prince Athelia has already done to the fabric of fate. If left unchecked, reality will unravel.
All of us must agree, Mora. And I definitely do not. Memories are sacrosanct. As are the domains of the princes.
You can't punish someone for something they might possibly do.
I must. The risk is too great. I am truly sorry. But there is no alternative. For the sake of reality, you must all forget. What was forgotten has been remembered. We must speak. Too late. Too late! The door sealed long ago is opened. Just a crack. But the damage is done. That which was forgotten is now remembered. The memories released from the two glyphics are accurate and true. Ethelia, the Prince of Paths, the mistress of the untraveled road, the unseen. Her ability to alter fate, to shape destiny to her liking, was a threat to all reality. It still is. What mortal could? The Fate Changer is an arbiter of chaos, who can unravel the strands of fate and rearrange them to suit her every whim. Her very existence endangers everything. I saw no other way to preserve reality than to do what I did. I gathered my fellow princes and revealed the danger I foresaw. Most agreed to aid me, some refused. In the end, it did not matter. I erased Ethelia from history. But I could not erase my own memories. Those I sealed in the 3 primordial glyphics. Torvasar. Something I did not foresee. An agent of Ethelia, hidden for all these eons. Her contingency plan. Her revenge. At least the final glyphic is secure. Until it is found and opened, reality remains safe. For now, return to Cypher's Midden.
May I have a word? Magister Gorith referred to you as the mouth of the mouthless. I suppose that fits. Look, I've never been very good at this, but I wanted to thank you. In life, I was a secluded old wizard who cared nothing for anything but magic and my own studies. Nonsense. My enormous intellect certainly came in handy, but your fate's chosen. You would have found a way, with or without me. But I'm glad you rescued me from Shalreni, that you took me on this adventure. If I never escaped this soul gem... Maybe. I'm in no rush. Adventuring is a new experience for me. I'm content to follow along for now. I'm going to rest for a while. Remember, as long as you have my gem, If you ever need me, just call. Now, talk to Scruut about the Chronicle.
Hello, mortal. The Great Eye told me what happened. Even though things didn't go exactly the way we hoped, we're all still here. That means reality is stable. For now. I'm as surprised as you, but existence is resilient. At least, for another day. Leramil and I spoke with a few of the ciphers, and we're all in agreement. We want to add your story to the Chronicle of Apocrypha. Only the most momentous events make it into that sacred volume. I also wanted to say, you expanded my outlook. I always saw fate as black and white, set in stone, unchangeable. But now I see that not every aberration is a disaster. Not every surprise a mistake. Thanks for that. Now, let's inscribe you in the Chronicle. Then Curate Gadayn wants to see you. Let it be known that the name of Fate's Chosen shall be entered into the Chronicle of Apocrypha, to be remembered forever for actions accomplished in service to Fate.
That's not all. They also helped return 3 very important tomes to their proper place in the sidereal cloisters.
That mortal helped me find a secret. Madam Wim took a century off Hezek's debt.
This strong mortal bravely fought the Dream Carvers alongside us.
Incredible, considering they also helped rid the Rectory Corporea of a rogue mind causing havoc.
And they helped me break barriers, know things, and escape. Escape who? Shh!
They assisted me with the Fate Weaver experiment.
Amazing. You're a beacon for the lost souls of this realm.
Really? They helped me recover an important glyphic.
They even turned my failure of a brother back to normal after he transformed himself into a book.
Many great works from our apogee of the Tormenting Eye were rescued by this mortal.
Fate's Chosen cleansed Choir's wine when madness was set loose in the stacks.
They recovered the numinous grimoire and brought a murderer to justice. Every cipher is safer now.
And Fate's Chosen confounded the forces of Vermina and Periite, saving Nirn and Apocrypha. Let this record describe it in flowery, yet justified praise. All hail Fate's Chosen! Your record has been successfully inscribed into the Chronicle. Go on now. Curate Gadayn's waiting to talk to you.
The time has come for me to return to Necrom and complete my mission for the Abbey. When I present the Fulcrum Obscura to the Abbot, I'd like you to be at my side. Our side. Leramil wants to come too. Isn't that nice? That's good. That's very good. I appreciate it. Besides, I want to let the Abbot know what you did. You preserved Nirn, as well as Apocrypha, through your actions. By the way, did you find Torvasad? Leramil has been dying to know what happened. All right. Not imminent is better than imminent. If the Prince of Fate needs you, he can find you on Nirn as easily as here in Apocrypha. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's your business. I'll leave it to you and Leramil. I must consider the best parts of the necropolis to show to Leramil. She wants to see everything. We'll meet you in Necrom, friend. At the necropolis. Yes, she's being quite insistent on... Wait a moment, are you having a jest with me? Leramil is a special person, as I'm sure you already know. We're just friends. I think. I don't know what I'm saying. We'll meet you back in Necrom.
Now that the immediate danger has passed, I would like that tour of your catacombs now.
You would? We'll meet you in Necrom, friend.
After we help Gadayn return the Fulcrum Obscura, I want to hear all about what happened with the second glyphic and Torvasad proxy. I sense this is not yet over, as you still bear the mark of Fate's Chosen. Not nearly friendly enough, Proxy. Talking to Gadayn is like conversing with a hungry Ogrim. They both pay rapt attention, but still fail to understand a single word you say.
It's good to see you again, friend. Especially now that I can greet you with more than inky tentacles and tattered pages. You showed my sister and I a kindness that we don't often see in Apocrypha. I hope the rest of your time here has been fruitful. Believe me, I don't plan on it. Being a book felt very stiff.
Fancy seeing you here, friend. Should have known you'd poke your nose in more than just my brother's study. You should consider becoming a gleaner. We're always looking for inquisitive minds and curious gossips. I can even put in a good word. We were thinking of visiting another plane of oblivion. Maybe the realms of Boethia, or perhaps the myriad realms of revelry? I hear those can be nice.
You're the talk of the realm, cohort. As always, I'm exquisitely pleased that we had the opportunity to work together. Well said. And you can count on me for every one.
Fancy seeing you?
I must consider the best part.
Good to see you again, friend. Good to see you again, friend. Amazing to see how influential you've been. Truly remarkable. Now, if you're like me and need a break from conversing, I have a few tomes tucked in my robes for casual reading. Just say the word. Me? Question the Prince of Fate? I would never. No, that's laughable. I have journaled about it, though.
You are one of the most impressive mortals I've ever met. Well done earning a place in the Chronicle of Fate. We decided to restore its glory rather than abandon it. Some of the knowledge was one of a kind and is lost for now. Everything still exists in the Great Eye's marvelous mind, of course. He'll replace the missing knowledge when he sees fit.
You've been inscribed in the Chronicle of Apocrypha. I knew you were special, but not to this extent. You've been inscribed.
The Cenotaph firmly remains in remnant control, thanks to you. Our group is stronger than ever. Since our purge of the Dream Carvers, the remnants feel renewed. We have dedicated ourselves to regaining everything that we lost. That is a mystery. When we entered, our voices silenced. Perhaps that knowledge stays locked within the crux. Or perhaps our Lord Mora does not wish that knowledge to spread. Who are we to question such a judgment?
For a mortal to help so much, we find it encouraging. Perhaps we cannot understand our fates at first glance. Fighting against the odds could only be part of the calculation. Our judgment was flawed. We saw an end where only a challenge stood. Now the remnants find renewed purpose. We shall lift the sword and shield once again.
Thank you again for returning the numinous grimoire to Cypher's midden and foiling Akasern's horrible ambitions. Your inscription into the Great Eyes Chronicle is well-deserved. Congratulations, Traveler. I decided it would be better to find a Daedric guardian for the grimoire. It's unfair to hide knowledge from those who seek it, but some books are simply too dangerous for mortals. No more ciphers will lose their minds in the numinous grimoire.
Margot is overjoyed to see you again. Have you given any more thought to becoming an official addition to the Rectory's chorus? Even a short stay. Perhaps just a century or two? Think it over. The Rectory's doors will always be open to you. I'd say that risk will always be there, yes. But if it happens again, I'll be prepared. Thanks to you.
It's good to see you again. I had no idea that what you did in Choir's Wine was only one of many labors in Apocrypha. I'm honored to be a part of your story. I've ventured inside twice now. The corrupting influence of the scrolls is gone, and I was in no danger of succumbing to the hush. But madness still grips the Daedra and my fellow ciphers. I'm afraid Choir's Wine isn't yet safe. I'll have to wait it out. I believe the damage Cypher Sabinius caused is slowly fading. In time, the denizens of Choir's Wine will remember themselves and get back to the Great Eye's work.
Meddler! Seems you're a natural at getting involved in the affairs that move and shape the planes. I won't bore you with how much celestial energy it's taking to be here right now, but just know that I'm impressed. I can tell you that it won't involve time travel. I won't go near the stuff. Not for a long time. Wait, is that a paradox?
Happy to see your favorite watchling in one piece? Not a single frayed tentacle thanks to you. I don't know how you mortals do it. Gallivanting about all weak and fleshy and susceptible to death. But that makes what you did all the more impressive. Oh, trust me, lesson learned. Especially after having to deal with that Imperial. He was exceedingly strange.
And I thought I had it tough. You fought to save all of reality. I know. I miss him. But he honored his promises and remained true to his word. I respect him for that.
Are you gonna climb the shelves with me? Eat with our ears? Listen with our hands? Don't worry, I'm invisible. Did the spell dance and everything. But if someone does see me, I'll talk like a person. They will realize that I'm not. I am hiding. Didn't you hear me? I did the invisibility dance. I'm even crouching tactically behind this crate. You can only see me because you helped me before. We're tied now. Just don't betray me to the eyes and their shadows. Same as everyone else. I followed the spiders. I couldn't miss this. Imagine if I had to read about your celebration between the covers of a history report. Don't worry, I haven't gotten caught in such a long time. No, I'll stay here until the eyes swim from these shores and make a wake for me to follow. It's so much easier than fighting the current, don't you think?
It's good to get out of that soul gem and stretch for a while. Metaphorically speaking.
I can count the number of mortals recorded in the Chronicle of Apocrypha on the tips of my tentacles. But here we part ways, ally. All contradictions arising from Vermina and Periite's assault on my master are resolved. Farewell. My place is in Apocrypha. Yours is in your own little world, although I'm sure it's very important to you. Sooner or later, fate will lead you back to the mortal realm. And I'll return to the unbearable ennui of my existence. I wouldn't expect gratitude from the Great Eye, mortal. But sometimes he's satisfied with how things turn out. If I was useful in resolving this contradiction, he'll find opportunities for me to be useful again. Which is something.
Have you heard? Necrom Abbey will soon reopen.
Truly? That's good to hear. The necropolis is the heart of the city. On the move.
Curate Gadayn asked me to watch for you. He's waiting for you through the door to the east. Do not delay! There's a large celebration and Curate Gadayn is waiting for you. Take the door to the east.
Well done, Curate. With the sacred relic returned, I feel it's safe to once again open the necropolis. Now, why don't you say a few words about your adventures?
Say a few words? Me? The abbot insisted on the immediate return of the relic, friend. Sorry you missed that part of the ceremony. But now he wants me to give a speech? I'd rather go back to Apocrypha with you and face a horde of corrupted lurkers. Right, what's in my heart? Helpful to the end, that's you. Well, I might as well get this over with. Oh, while I pull my thoughts together, Leramil wants to talk to you.
Since we seem to have a moment, tell me what occurred at the prismatic Irish shore. I see. Are you at liberty to tell me what the glyphic contained? A forgotten Daedric prince. Only the one who knows could keep such a fact secret for so long. Is there anything else I should know, Proxy? Then I am sure Hermaeus Mora shall call upon us again when the time is right. You are still Fate's chosen, and I am your guide. But reality seems to be holding together for now. I think we have time to rest, to reflect, and to listen to Gadayn. If there was an imminent danger, Hermaeus Mora would summon us. For now, bask in your victories, Proxy. You faced down Daedric princes and saved Apocrypha and Nirn. Take this, thanks from the one who knows, and a sign of friendship from me. Go on with your life, Proxy. When Hermaeus Mora needs us to resume the chase, I shall send word. Until then, I believe I shall remain here in Necrom for a time. Restore the bindery, explore the necropolis, get to know Curate Gadayn a little better. Grow up, Proxy. I am well over a century old. Young for an Altmer, but not without my share of romantic experiences. I find the curate to be intriguing. I wish to take the time we have to get to know him better, to see where things may lead. Yes, but he no longer has the resources of Vermina and Periite at his command. He used them, and they shall not soon forget that. So even with his many abilities, he will need time to plan before he can attempt another assault on Apocrypha. I expect so, as does the one who knows, which is why you are still bound by his contract, and I am still on call to aid you. But that is tomorrow's concern. I shall send word when the threads of fate that bind us once again converge. Be well, Proxy. Say what is in your heart, Gadayn.
Right. Thanks, Leramil. The abbot asked me to tell you about my adventures. How I recovered the sacred relic and saved the necropolis. But the truth is, I couldn't have done any of it without Fate's champion. Someone I'm proud to call my friend. Thanks to them, we saved the relic. We saved Nirn. We saved all of reality. All hail Fate's champion. All hail my friend.
Well said, Gadayn.
Thanks, Leramil. I couldn't have done any of this without you, too.
Gadayn.
Did I do all right, friend? I didn't seem too nervous or ramble or anything, did I? No, but I'm doing it now, aren't I? Of course I am. If your travels ever bring you back to Necrom, please, come and visit. I'll never forget our adventures. What? Did Leramil say something? Was I too forward? Not forward enough? Oh, I am so not good at this. How could I keep a secret from you? Leramil has agreed to stay in Necrom. At least for a while. Leramil has expectations? What sorts of... Oh! I see. Yes, I shall endeavor to monitor not only her words, but her gestures. I must seem like a country bumpkin to someone as sophisticated and traveled as Leramil. Oh, what's the use? I am a bumpkin. You really think so? Thank you, my friend. It means a lot for you to say that. And I meant what I said. If you ever need my help, or a place to stay, or anything, don't hesitate to call on me. I learned so much at your side.
Go on with your life, Proxy. When Hermaeus Mora needs us to resume the chase, I shall send word. Until then, I believe I shall remain here in Necrom for a time. Restore the bindery, explore the necropolis, get to know Curate Gadayn a little better. Grow up, Proxy. I am well over a century old. Young for an Altmer, but not without my share of romantic experiences. I find the curate to be intriguing. I wish to take the time we have to get to know him better, to see where things may lead. Yes, but he no longer has the resources of Vermina and Periite at his command. I expect so, as does the one who knows.
Well done. I half expected my young curate to flee the hall rather than speak to this assembly. But he did a magnificent job. Thank you again for helping Gadayn recover the Fulcrum Obscura. The necropolis wouldn't be the same without it. Yes, thank the ancestors. Although some of our brethren nearly became permanent residents of the necropolis before we were able to nurse them back to health. Things would have been much worse if Gadayn hadn't acted and teamed up with you. We resume our sacred task, helping our people stay close to the ancestors who have gone before them. In time, I will join those who sleep below. Who knows? Perhaps Gadayn will be ready to take up my responsibilities when that day comes.
When you came to Old Isra to ask me about Master Shildreni, I thought I was sending you to your death. Not from malice, mind you. I simply doubted she could be beaten by a wandering adventurer. I'm pleased to see that I was wrong. Ah, you wonder if there's a place for Master Shildreni's mouth in Old Isra after all the things she did. Do not worry for me. There are a number of vacancies in the Assembly of Masters. I could be very useful to a newly promoted master. That's what a mouth does. I loyally represented my master's interests against all opposition. And I demonstrated the discretion to put House Delvani's interests first when Master Shildreni became a threat. I shall find new employment quite soon.
Surprised to see me? I'll admit that deciphering Draenus' notes have proved to be quite the ordeal. A surprising number of sleepless nights. But I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Not when there are so many important people in attendance. You were quite right to warn me. Even so, sometimes late at night, it's like I hear it whispering to me.
So, Hero, I take it you've been up to your old tricks. I'm not sure how much of what I heard I actually believe, but if the danger was as great as they indicated, I'm glad you were on hand to stop it. Just don't let the attention go to your head. I think I deserve some time off. A woman can only slit so many throats and stab so many backs before she needs a hot bath and a bottle of wine. Make that 2 bottles. And if I can find some company to share it with, all the better. An interesting offer, but I think I'll pass. I was thinking more of something casual and meaningless. Someone or someones I won't mind gutting once I've had my fun. I'd rather not put any more holes in you than you already have.
Rubbing elbows with the elite of the Telvanni Peninsula. Don't get too important, or I might wind up receiving a writ with your name on it one day.
May the blessings of St. Voorhees be upon you. I was hoping you'd say hello. The shrine has had an influx of visitors, just as I thought it would. When I heard you would be attending the reopening celebration, I had to come and show my appreciation. What? Why? You don't think that thief would return? Oh no, I never should have left! I just came to ask, but it hardly matters, does it? I could have just made something up. All the pilgrims care about is hearing how you and Rolossi stopped the Lock of Rosgard. But I don't know very much about you. I'll just ask the others here about your exploits. Then I'm headed straight back to the shrine.
When I heard about this gathering, I knew I had to be here. You allowed me to learn from my mistakes and set things right. And with you as an inspiration, I'm facing the challenge of taking on the Lock of Rosgard with renewed vigor. At this gathering to reopen the necropolis, I couldn't possibly. As much as I might want to take him by surprise. But no, it wouldn't be proper. We're here to celebrate, and that's precisely what I'm doing. When I heard about this gathering, I knew I had to be here. You allowed me to learn from my mistakes and set things right. And with you as an inspiration, I'm facing the challenge of taking on at this gathering to When I heard about this...
This one could not resist coming when he heard you were to be part of this celebration. It is good to see that fortune smiles upon you and your deeds. Elsewhere, this one is old, many years past his prime, and his journey may end soon. He wishes to see the desert one more time, and give the story of the little ancestor to any who would hear it along the way.
It seems there is more to you than I thought. Well done. Oh, we shan't be hearing from Balva Bemis anytime soon. Of course, I still need to find a proper replacement.
Hey, Merc. Looks like you've been keeping busy. Didn't know the people of this peninsula had it in them to show this kind of gratitude. Color me surprised. I'd say you earned it. Haven't been too many. I suspect they're not really my thing. I'd hoped there'd be fewer people, and more food and drinks. But you're here, so it's not a complete waste of time.
Seems your helpful reach went far beyond my egg mine. Can't say I'm surprised. Marsa and Barlick would have been here to congratulate you, but they're busy getting things ready for reopening. So I hope thanks from an old and grateful overseer will do. It's hard work, but we wouldn't have it any other way. And I do enjoy the antics of the script.
I'm glad I made it. Would you believe my superiors thought attending this celebration was frivolous? I wouldn't dare miss a chance to thank the savior of Anchor Egg Mine again. The consortium may underestimate the good you did, but I surely won't. Very well. Things at the mine are so much better since you came along.
Nathan was surprised to hear you were the hero of the peninsula, but I wasn't. It's wonderful to see you again, even if we can't be there in person. Projecting in was Cethiel's idea, believe it or not. It's been quiet so far. She and Tunshe are still trying to find more researchers, but I'm sure they'll get back to it soon. Nathan thinks we'll be free before the year is out. He seems restless. I don't blame him. But me? I can wait. I still want to, sure. But for the first time in my life, I'm safe, provided for, and loved. So loved. I've never known such peace and happiness. Cethiel was right. I want for nothing. Thanks for helping me make this choice, stranger.
My mother used her magic to make sure Dacia and I could be here in person. Or as good as. I can't believe Dacia enlisted the help of such a hero to try to save me. She must really love me. I don't know how I got so lucky. Blissful. Strangely so. I'm so happy, I'm afraid to trust it. Like it's a dream I'm going to wake up from. It's odd having my mother on the other side of the wards. I suppose it's how most young adults must feel leaving home for the first time. Oh no. Even if we did, we have the whole isolation tower to ourselves now. Plenty of space, and all manner of diversions. And I do hold out hope that my mother is on the verge of a breakthrough. Maybe we'll be out sooner than we think. My mother used her magic to make sure Dacia and I could be here in person.
Congratulations! I guess it turns out you were right to be suspicious about the Stormwing. I've heard stories about murder, illness, and cultists infiltrating the catacombs. A good thing you were there to handle things. I'll keep the Stormwing quarantined until I can get it properly fumigated. Sooner or later, the ship's owners will send a new captain and crew from Vivec City. If they can find anyone willing to serve on her, that is.
Can't believe it. Are you blessed by the Tribunal? To have achieved so much and saved so many? I knew you were capable after you helped me at Kemelzi. This is so much more.